Hello again. You are watching the second episode of the Diabetes Basics series. This is World Diabetes Day 2021, and this is a great opportunity to talk to you about lifestyle modification to control your diabetes. What does lifestyle modification entail? It entails basically what you eat, that's your diet, and your activity levels and exercise. So let me first talk to you the basics about diet to control diabetes. First of all, you need to check whether you are overweight, underweight, or ideal weight. And a small formula called the body mass index helps you to calculate that. For Indians, your body mass index should be between 18 to 23. Anything above 23 is overweight, above 25 is obese. So you first need to find out if you need to lose weight, which means you need to cut calories. So your caloric intake first has to be determined. The second thing that you need to do is you need to see where those calories are coming from. The carbohydrates, the proteins, and the fats are the three fuel sources which give you your calories. So carbohydrates are the ones that need to be kept to a minimum. Unfortunately, in India, across the entire country, the carbohydrate intakes are very high. They could be anywhere between 60 to 70%. If you could get them to 50% or just below that, your blood sugar levels can be better controlled. In a minute, I will tell you how you can do that. So you must try to minimize your carbohydrates, and then the quality of carbohydrates are also important. Direct carbohydrates or carbohydrates that are easily absorbed are called simple carbohydrates, and that would include direct sugar and refined carbohydrates like maida. So you should keep that to a minimum or avoid it completely. Whereas complex carbohydrates such as vegetables and fruits to a certain extent and whole grains, they are the carbohydrates that are absorbed slowly. And if you had to have carbohydrates, you must have these rather than the fast absorbed carbohydrates. Then the proteins and the fats. Proteins are unfortunately very low in an Indian vegetarian diet, and that is the reason that you need to increase your protein sources so that your blood sugars remain in better control, and secondly, your muscle mass does not keep going down year by year. So proteins such as pulses, sprouts, and milk, paneer, and soya, and of course non-vegetarian sources such as fish, eggs, meat. These are the ones, that is white meat. So these are the ones that are going to give you your protein, and fats should be in limited amounts, not eliminated completely. So how does one put this together in a proper manner without having to actually calculate things? So just imagine your food plate. So if this is your food plate, divide it into half. Imagine that you're dividing it into half, and half of it should be completely filled up with vegetables, and then the other half you again cut it into two parts, so you have a quarter and another quarter. So one quarter should be filled with your cereal, or let's say carbohydrate, which would mean your chapati, roti, rice, or whatever it is should all be just 1/4 of your plate, and the other 1/4 should be your protein sources. So protein sources like the ones I mentioned to you, like non-vegetarian or eggs, or a little bit of milk, or paneer, or soya, mushrooms even. So these are all your protein sources which should be 1/4 of your plate. So half of the plate is veggies, 1/4 of the plate only is your cereal such as chapati, roti, rice, and 1/4 should just be your protein sources. And if you could follow this method at every meal that you have, your protein and your carbohydrates will be nicely balanced, and your blood sugars will not go up. Plus you will have portion control as well. Now coming to exercise. Exercise doesn't mean just walking. Only walking will give you aerobic exercise, whereas you also need to have resistance exercise and also flexibility and balance exercises. So a little bit of everything over a week, you could alternate, will give you a complete exercise program. So aerobic exercise would be walking, running, skipping, racket games such as tennis, badminton, cycling. All of these things are aerobic exercise, or let's call them cardio exercise. So this is what you need to do to have a proper aerobic exercise. Resistance exercise is basically, you could go to the gym or you could do it at home, such as squats, lunges, push-ups, and abs. These are all resistance training exercises which you should do on alternate days. And then you have your balance, or let's say flexibility exercises, which includes yoga and tai chi. So a little bit of all of these will give you a complete exercise prescription. Exercise all your muscles, also keep your muscle mass in check or preserve your muscle mass. It will also give you a little bit of fat burning. So all of this can be incorporated into your exercise program over a complete week, and this is what you should be doing. So friends, it is important to incorporate lifestyle modification into your entire day's program, week's program, or a year's program, along with your medication, to better control your diabetes. So if you want to beat diabetes, you will have to adopt a good lifestyle modification program, a controlled lifestyle modification program, and you will definitely be able to live well with diabetes.